What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Back with some Final Fantasy 16.
Fucking thieving bastards.
Oh, okay. I heard the guy go, fuck. I'm like, man, when I recorded this, was my microphone on? Do they hear me just cursing for... You know, I just do that sometimes. I just sit and just scream obscenities out the window.
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Cid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard. Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Isn't that usually the goal? It's just to follow the shouting?
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Cid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Oh my god. Just sitting here. The thing that I was thinking this entire time while I was playing
What I saw
this
was a
video,
couple of people who were angry
when I was doing the
and
gameplay, it's like, can we just stop talking and get to
reasoned by the
punching
shadows.
things? Oh my
But if I was
god.
older, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight. My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
You know, I feel bad for sitting here and just going, oh my god, just shut up, let's go. Let's just go start punching things.
Your own city guard.
Because I said that earlier in the game, and I think I was wrong in saying that, because I think a lot of the dialogue was important, but...
Here she is. The Lady of the Spear.
I don't know,
herself.
I feel like this game was finally starting to ramp up and get some... like, we're going somewhere, and now it's, hey, go help out these towns and everything, and I get it, it's to show the fallout of everything we've been doing, but...
Pleasure
It
is
just-
all mine.
As I told you.
I don't know. I feel like we're ramping up, and it just grinds the pace to a halt.
told him no.
Which is weird, because this is what I said earlier on in the game. I said I feel like it just grinds the pace to a
Nobles came
halt.
and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2.
Man, I don't know. I can't tell if it's just the mood I was in or what. It just...
Well,
Something about this dialogue, I'm just sitting here going, I don't care. It's just, I want to get back to the main plot line with Ultima and Clive's brother. Like, earlier on in the game, I'll say, okay, I was being too hasty.
Absolutely
Let the
not.
game play out, let them kind of build the narrative, but at this point, it's like, come on, now we should be hitting the gas, instead we're just hitting the brake.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Excuse me, I am sorry for coughing.
And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Yep, that's right. All that talking just to lead to a fight. This is what I meant by, can we just move it along? Again, I get it. It's the political climate in this area, they're starting to fight each other and they need to come together to blah 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 blah. Okay, I get it. It's cute and all, but come on, move it along.
It's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
I gotta say, I really, really like Bahamut's skills and everything. The Mega Flare is really cool. And the like flamethrower thing is really neat. See, though, I almost feel like doesn't the concept of Bahamut being the icon of light, but one of his attacks is a flamethrower? Is that just, I don't know. Did that make anyone else just think, well, that's weird? See, I also like the fact that I keep seeing the spell, the triangle, when you have Bahamut selected as your I don't know, icon, whatever. I love the fact that, I'm trying to think how to phrase this, that it's called Dia, which just makes me smile because I keep using it thinking, oh, it's a healing spell, because my brain immediately goes to Persona.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Cid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Cid, you fight considerably better than you act.
Well,
I'll take that as a compliment.
yeah, you don't carry around this giant sword if you're an actor. There was that one RPG where you could walk around playing a flute. God damn it, I want a remaster of Infinite Undiscovery. I will always defend that game. I think that game was one of those like hidden gems of JRPGs that were on the 360. I mean, the 360 had some really cool JRPG exclusives. At least I think they were exclusives. I'm trying to think. I want to say Blue Dragon, Infinite Undiscovery, and Lost Odyssey were all 360 exclusives.
There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashyyyk, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Yeah, I think I'm right. I think all three of those were 360 exclusives. Were 360 exclusive JRPGs. And all of them were great. Well, I think Infinite Undiscovery is probably even among the group that I mentioned, because I know Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon are known. Infinite Undiscovery is one of those that just never gets talked about. That I think kind of deserves it. I think that game is just never got enough credit. I think it's just odd title, and its combat system was a little out there. Well, not out there. I like that game. I'll leave it there.
would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors. You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
My family.
Don't leave me, Paul. I'm sorry, darling.
That thing?
Truly am.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
I assume you have a plan?
It was all they could do to escape. Just
Oh,
left the
okay.
bodies there in the flood.
We're done talking. You see, this section, a little better than the last one. Mostly just because I think all the talking was, it was simple. Go to the place to talk to the dame. Okay, the dame's over here talking to the guard. Go talk to them. Scene with the guard. Now go talk to some of the people who were involved in the fight. Okay. Now head back up and now go fight the enemies. I mean, it trying to think how to phrase this. It went point to point a lot faster, and just it flowed better. It didn't feel like there was just all this kind of pointless dialogue. So I'm kind of looking at some of the other skills I can use with that, but for now, I'm gonna make a mistake here. Yeah, I get rid of Thunderbolt. Oh wait, no, never mind. I get rid of Flame Breath. So, okay, no, that is the proper decision. For some reason, I thought I got rid of Thunderbolt to replace it with the with that. But no, the Flame Breath is cool. It's just, nah, I'll take the Wind alt and put it there instead.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me. Save your strength.
Damn it, I hate those liches. The good pickup with that tornado, the ultimate for the wind icon is how much stun damage it does.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the one standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
I know that it's cute and all, but I mean, dude fell in love with a prostitute. I mean, that the smartest move? Well, I guess she's a madam. She's not necessarily a prostitute.
That this has solved all of my problems, but it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
See, it's like I said, I think that this particular quest was a lot tighter than the one we did at the start of the video.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go
And it's like I said, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to show how our actions have affected the world. It's just that beginning part. It's like I said, it's just the pace grinds to a flippin' halt. Yeah, I think here I replaced that with Impulse. No? Okay. For some reason make that Aerial Blast and that one Impulse, yeah. There we go.
Wondering when you turn up.
I like Thunderbolt, but it's just a touch slow.
Thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for Mother Crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
Sorry, inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
See, my biggest question is how. I feel like we're really glossing over some important shit. Like, how did you let absorb Ultima or what? It just, I've got questions.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
How fortuitous.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
At least we can watch him.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Alright guys, on that note, we're going to call it quits for now. Thank you so much for watching. As always, social media is down in the description below. Find me over on Facebook, Twitter, the website, Matt. That's not the outro. I don't know where the hell I was going with that. I was going with the old outro back when I actually used Facebook and other websites. Frankly, I barely use my Twitter and Minds anymore. I gotta start doing that. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the usual outro. Guys, thank you for watching. Social media in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. But till then, I'm out.